Good afternoon, Unidos. It's incredibly special to be here with you in San Antonio. Those of you who can read or turn on a television set may know that I am the president's wife. My name is Jill, not Hill, like you would probably pronounce it. And my husband's name is Joe, not Hoe. Earlier today, the White House celebrated the signing of the bipartisan Safer Communities Act, the most significant gun safety law in 30 years. A law dating back, a law that, looking back since, long period of time, dating back to when most of you or your parents or grandparents were sneaking over the border with a dozen tortillas and a can of beans. Look how far you've come. You're here. You're Americans now. How do you like those McDonald's hamburgers? Those are good, aren't they? You know, when Joe and I visited Uvalde, I stood in front of those 21 crosses and I touched the pictures of those bright, beautiful faces that would never again laugh or open birthday presents and tell their parents that they loved them. And I knew that a piece of Uvalde would always be a part of me. And we're going to have to replace those potential workers with a more wide open border policy or restrict condom sales in Hispanic communities. Wait, that's not, no, we need more. Yeah, restrict condoms, that's the way it works. Yeah, we all need to do our part, okay? So, like all of you, do they buy condoms? Like all of you, Joe and I think about those families and all who carry that grief every day. And we are determined to take your guns so that you can be safe. When we were leaving the school, someone shouted, "Do something!" And I'm proud that Joe has. We cleaned the seat later, so the limo looks okay. He will continue to do everything he can and to call on Congress to act, including on measures that ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. Okay? Not just Cosmo and all that. In an effort to create a more inviting and less violent world, we are thinking about banning front doors along with guns and the high-capacity magazines. No more front doors. Remember the days of leaving the doors unlocked, keys in the car, finding your uncle in the back seat with your sister? Yeah, Joe and I, we're a close family. The Bidens are close. So you may remember some of those days. Now we are committed to building a safer, healthier, more prosperous and fair America. What else? What else? And I know that Unidos is as well. And I want to thank you again for inviting me here today to speak, Unidos. And Unidos has always been in favor of these things, and since the very start, back when your grandparents and great-grandparents snuck across the border and first introduced us to tacos. In fact, I was reminded of the transformational power of this organization when Joe awarded your longtime leader, Raul, starts with a Y, ends with... Anyway, Raul, let's just call him Raul, the Presidential Medal of Freedom, our country's highest civilian honor. What a time to be alive. I can't remember which breakfast taco he reminds me of, but I'll bet it tastes good. Raul has dedicated his life to working for so many civil liberties, fighting poverty, to improving education to advancing voting rights. But one of the most powerful things that he did through his organization was to bring the Latino community together because he understood that unity is powerful. And he challenges us to be brave and bold. And I know you are. It's a reminder that we all need now more than ever, especially Joe, not Hoey. He needs lots of reminders. A little over a month ago, I had the opportunity to give a commencement speech to Los Angeles City College students. The crowd was a majority Latino. In fact, I didn't see too many whites, but the students didn't share one story. This crowd, Latinos, didn't share one story. I'm not sure if that was because they couldn't read or because they only have half a story, maybe some smaller portion. Can your people afford a whole story? There were immigrants, first-generation Americans, and Angelenos whose families have lived on this land since long before it was called the United States, and Joe and my families were here sacking it. There were engineers and artists, veterans and students who are going on to four-year colleges, and some don't even mow lawns or fish in the university pond. They didn't share one path or dream, but as I saw the joy in their faces on that day, I could see that they did have one thing in common. Each of them will bring exceptional gifts and talents to the corner of our country and will make the community stronger by being a part of it. Yes, the Latino community is unique. But what I've heard from you again and again is that you want what all families want. Good schools, good jobs, safe neighborhoods. So you want justice and equality and an opportunity to build a better life for your families. Something Joe and I have always strived for, but we had Hunter. Oh, it's not only what all families want. It's what all families deserve, not Hunter. But we can't get those things on our own. Sometimes we need sex trafficking, and drug dealers to make our dreams come true and make our children who they are. Help them express their inner gifts. So Raul helped build this organization with the understanding of the diversity of this community. As distinct as the bogadas in the Bronx, as beautiful as the blossoms of Miami, as unique as the breakfast tacos here in San Antonio is your strength. When I look at you, I see an amazing array of taco people. Some of you remind me of beans, others rice and that yellow cheese. Still others, corny sade. My favorite. I love corny sade. Just look at the buffet that you have brought to America, my Hispanic people. By the way, we need a new gardener. If anybody's interested, contact me later.